Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from Tinaheals.com, and today is Saturday, the day of Saturn. And I made already a video discussing the symbolism of Saturn from ancient texts, Hellenistic texts. Now I will be discussing Saturn through the eyes of Vettius Valens, who is a Turkish astrologer, and he basically was a practicing astrologer and left behind in his anthology a vast structure of astrological knowledge. So I love reading Valens and comparing him to the Vedic system, and I tend to get a lot of similarities. A lot of similarities. In fact, Valens was the one who put a tremendous amount of importance on the nodes, like the Vedic astrologers. So anyway, his book is really interesting, and it is available, his all of his work translated in a PDF version online. So just type Vettius Valens and entire PDF, and you will get it, and you can download it and study for yourself. But let us explore some of the significations of Saturn in this video. I've chanted, I recorded my real-time chanting to Saturn in his astrological hour in a video. So do not miss listening to that video every Saturday. So the frequency of Saturn is 147.85 Hertz, 147.85 Hertz. So Valens describes Saturn as: Saturn makes those born under him petty, malignant, careworn, self-deprecating, so humility, solitary. I can vouch for that. Saturn even on the rising, as in on the ascendant, can be a placement to create a sort of solitary human being, an ascetic sort of a person who makes do with little, does not need tremendous social interaction, secretive in their trickery. So a lot of significations of the astrological, the ancient planets, 7 planets, they later on got taken over by the new planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. But sorry, Saturn is actually a very secretive planet. Okay, Saturn is an extremely secretive planet. So we see secrets assigned to Pluto, but Saturn makes a lot of, as I said, a lot of significations get used by multiple planetary bodies. It is up to the discerning eye of the astrologer to understand which planet is to be taken into consideration when thinking about the significations. So secretive in their trickery. Trickery is Mercury. So secretive, very platonic, mercurial signature. I see strict, of course, very strict. Saturn is strict. Downcast, with the melancholic air, with the hypocritical air. So this is also a signification of Saturn: hypocrisy, squalid, black-clad, importunate, sad-looking, miserable, with a nautical bent. Okay, sad-looking, miserable, with a nautical bent. Melancholic looking. Even if Saturn in the first, you'll often see that they do not smile a lot. Or if they, of course, you have to see a lot of other things in the natal chart to decide that. But it's just generally, these people are extremely, secretive about the way they act. They don't smile a lot. Saturn rules teeth. They've probably had problems with their teeth growing up, had braces. Saturn in the first. Nautical bent. So Saturn also has a signification with sailing, plying, waterside trades. So all the significations of Neptune here, waterside trade, Neptune, mercurial mix here that we see. Um Saturn also causes humblings, so he makes you humble. If you're flying too high, he's going to make you humble. Sluggishness, which is again, lack of energy, inertia, being enervated. Unemployment. So Saturn in the second could see you, not always. Although second house is not the salary house, which I'll get into in another video, but. Unemployment, I mean, Saturn can signify unemployment, obstacles in business, interminable lawsuits, subversion of business, secrets, imprisonments, chains, griefs, accusations, tears, bereavement, capture. I said capture, incarceration becomes very strong when you have a Saturn in the 12th. I do, and I have a tremendous fear of incarceration. Okay, I don't know why. I've never done anything illegal in my life, but it's just probably something I've done and something from past lives where I have been incarcerated, maybe even for my beliefs. Okay, a lot of bereavement, of course, sadness, sorrow. Saturn, we know that. Capture, getting captured. So we say Saturn is karma. So getting captured by law and authority, oftentimes during a Saturn return. Exposures of children. Okay, so this is also very, very interesting. Saturn in the 5th. Exposures of children. So we're seeing a lot of talk about pedophilia and Hollywood and Harvey Weinstein and Epstein and underage children being used for adrenochrome and whatnot. So that is something that came about with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Saturn makes serfs and farmers because of its rule over the land, and it causes men to be renters of property. So your landlord will come under the signification of Saturn, tax farmers, and violent in action. So we do associate Mars, the lesser malefic, with violence in action. But yes, again, Saturn shares the signification with Mars. It puts in one's hand great ranks and distinguished positions, supervisions, management of others' property. So big managerial positions are Saturnine, corporatocracy is Saturnine, and fathership of others' children. So adoption, in a sense, is also a signification of Saturn. Of materials, it rules lead, wood, and stone. So Mason, the Freemasons are also actually Saturn's children. They're all black. It's unmistakable. Of the limbs of the body, it rules the legs, the knees, the tendons, the lymph, the phlegm, the bladder, the kidneys, the internal hidden organs. Saturn is indicative of injuries arising from cold and moisture, such as dropsy, neuralgia, gout, cough, dysentery, hernia, spasms. It is indicative of those syndromes, possession. So demon possession also is a Saturnine signification, homosexuality. Although we give a lot of homosexual significations to Uranus and depravity. So, an imbalanced Saturn can give into depravity. Something, we've seen time and again. Saturn makes bachelors and widows, bereavements and childlessness. So again, not conceiving could be because of your Saturn. Inability to conceive or having abortions is a signification of Mars. So even Jupiter is actually the signification of how many children you'll have. So maybe Jupiter, Lilith, Saturn, aspects could mean bereavements, childlessness, abortions, and just generally womb problems. Okay, so even your menstrual cycle could be connected to your Saturn. It causes violent deaths by water. strangulation, imprisonment, or dysentery. It causes falling on the face. It is the star of Nemesis. It is of the day sect. It is like castor in color and astringent in taste. So you know that astringent toner you put on your face, you can think of, you can give it to Saturn. Offer it to Saturn before you use it. Little ways to bring magic into your life, because if you're truly blessed by Saturn, everything else seems to just fall into place. And I truly believe that. I used to be scared of Saturn. I used to look at Saturn as a great malefic. Okay, Shani Deva, Ganpati's head just literally got separated from the torso because Shani looked at him. So, all these tales that I've grown up with in my Brahminical upbringing, I did not, connect to Saturn except out of fear when I was younger. It is only as I slowly, my grandfather explained Saturn's signification to me that I truly understood. And then later on, my own studies, my own explorations with Saturn, my own Saturn return. And as I speak with you, I'm on the peak of my Sarasati. So, although Saturn has so many significations, but if you really look at what it means, the etymology of the word, it basically sacrifice, okay? It does not mean to destroy. And Saturn is sacrifice, like Neptune is sacrifice, Saturn is sacrifice. So Saturn basically makes all things sacred. It's almost like performing a sacred rite, establishing a connection with Saturn. So are you ready for that? That is what I do. That is my work, to connect you to the planetary diamonds, to connect you to Saturn, to Mars, to Jupiter. And today being the day of Saturn, I feel greatly connected to this. So thank you very much, and kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share. And a lot more coming up on Saturn. Speak soon. Bye.